Hello, I'm Game Retainer, and in this video I'll be talking about the next big update for 7 Days to Die. I won't be going over version 2.6 in this video because I have already covered that in a video the other day. However, I'll put a link to that video in the description of this one if you want to go and check it out and see what's coming with version 2.6. But let's dive in and take a look at 3.0. We've actually been given a little teaser for 3.0, so I'm going to be taking a look at it and we'll see what's coming. The FunPimps have recently shared an image from the 3.0 Sandbox Siege update. Just in the name of this update, it looks like the developers are actually listening to the community. While we don't have a release date, it is nice to see that 3.0 is at least some way through development. If I had to take a guess at when this would be coming out, then I'd say maybe back end of summer, possibly September, but that's just a shot in the dark, to be honest. For a little while we didn't really hear anything from the FunPimps, but within the space of just a few days we've gotten the experimental version for 2.6 and some news on 3.0, so maybe there will be a little bit more communication from the FunPimps going forward. The 7 Days to Die official Twitter page, now X for some reason, has posted a picture alongside this message. Here is a sneak peek of the version 3.0 Sandbox Siege update. The feature-rich update contains well over 100 new gameplay simulation options. Several highly requested features and other surprises the FunPimps will be releasing very soon. For a long time I was hoping that the FunPimps would introduce more game control options, and it looks like we're getting them. Taking a look at the image, we will be getting preset game modes that change a lot of the settings we don't have access to right now. Everything from jump height percentage to the ability to turn off quests will be able to be adapted to your tastes. I'm hoping that the little sandbox options icon at the bottom of the picture is what will allow us to choose all of our settings for ourselves. Having preset options is nice for those who just want to dive in without the need to select every individual setting, but it would also be nice for those of us who want to make a fully custom game to be given the access to every toggle option. My guess is that's what this button does, because I'm not sure what else it could be. I'm also hoping that we can save our settings. That way we don't need to make a fully custom one every single time. Once we have the settings we like, we can just save them and go back again and again. There are a few settings that we can see that I'm particularly looking forward to. The first is the zombie rage chance. The zombie rage mechanic has gotten very strange in recent updates. Zombies are going into rage mode for seemingly no reason. So unless there's a fix for this in a future update, I'd like to play around with that rage setting to try and stop them randomly hitting trees instead of heading towards me. The heat map sensitivity, if you are new, is to do with screamers. If you don't know, when you generate enough heat, screamers will eventually spawn. I quite like hunting down screamers for XP, so I'm hoping that I can increase the heat sensitivity from high to very high. But I'm sure there are plenty of people who would rather turn that setting down or off entirely. The allow map option is an interesting one. The same for show time and day. If you've seen my streams, you'll know I enjoy punishing myself, and I'm not quite sure why. I was probably raised wrong. But I do like the idea of loading into a map, not being able to see where I'm going or what time it is. Again, I was probably raised wrong, but that's just my preference. You can even turn off the compass for some really hardcore survivor shit, which is nice. I enjoy punishing myself, but I think I'll keep the compass on. I see that there's an option to turn off digging zombies. I assume that there'll be a lot of people wanting to stop zombies from digging. This probably isn't something that I'm going to use, since it'll make Horde Nights just a little bit too easy. But if you enjoy hunkering in a bunker, then this feature could be pretty good. There's going to be a toggle for vending machines. Now, I'm not sure whether this is for vending machines that players can rent, or vending machines that contain all of the magic snacks. If it's the machines that stock the snacks, then I wonder if turning this off would also stop broken ones from spawning in POIs. But if it's for those ones that you can rent, then I kind of understand this one, especially for servers, because you can exploit those pretty easily. If you play on PC, then there are mods that offer this level of game customization. Or at least mods for most of them anyway. But if you're on console, then you only have vanilla 7 Days to Die. So all these changes are going to be really good for those on Xbox and PlayStation. I don't see a mention of bandits in the image, but we were told a while ago that they're coming with version 3.0. Let's just hope it's not another repeat of the Town Hall stream where we'll need to wait a little longer for bandits. but I'm going to stay optimistic. I know the original roadmap for 7 Days to Die is only, slightly behind schedule, but it does look like the game is heading in the right direction. Or at least in my opinion, anyway. Just a refresher, if you didn't see the original roadmap, there are some things that we should be getting in the future. Some of those things include new quest types, event systems, a trader overhaul, and a story mode. I do hope that we get an updated roadmap with some more realistic dates in the near future, but I'm probably getting ahead of myself. Before I round off this video, I'm doing a little giveaway. I'll be giving away a Steam code for the Hoarder DLC set. To join, all you need to do is tell me what features you'd like to see come to 7 Days to Die. I'll be picking a winner and announcing it in an upcoming video, and I will tag you if you win. Personally, I'd like to see a return of the learn by doing system, only more balanced. I know we are getting some kind of learn by doing magazine hybrid system in the future, but if it was up to me, then crafting things like weapons wouldn't be tied to magazine sets. Instead of having to read magazines to make better weapons, I would add a feature where you have to kill a certain amount of enemies with a certain weapon to unlock the ability to craft better versions of said weapon. You could do the same with mining. Once you mine a certain amount of resources with a stone axe, then you'll be able to craft a better one, and so on. Now, I'm sure there are plenty of flaws in my idea, but that's just something I'd like to see. Another thing I'd like to see is an adjustment to mission POIs. Maybe if they do what they did with version 2.0 and add more high tier POIs, that would be great. There are only so many times I can clear US Army Post 7 before I get a little bit bored. I would really like to see some tier 5 caves, but I doubt very much we'll get those. A tier 5 museum would also be nice. I mean, anything tier 5 really, I want new places to explore. But enough rambling, that's going to be it for this one. I am excited for the future of 7 Days to Die. For a little while, it did look like the game was kind of dying out, but if the updates continue to roll out with these positive changes, then we could be in for a lot of good things. Feel free to let me know what you think about the 3.0 teaser in the comment section, and I will link it in the description if you want to go ahead and take a look in more detail. Thanks as always for watching, it really is greatly appreciated, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next one.